YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back here in week 8 of the NFL, and I'm here to answer your fantasy football questions. Start 'em, sit 'em. And once again, I'm here by myself, and my hat's being used as a green screen apparently. But yeah, sometimes we got the other guys with me on this video to help out, but we're still here, and we're going to get the job done. 60K, that's our subscriber goal. Please help us out by subscribing. Almost there. Full NFL coverage, even with the trade deadline coming up. So that's some extra content with that as well. That Twitter, follow that Twitter. That's how you get involved in videos like this, and you can keep up to date with our channel, but the NFL as well, talking about news on there before the actual channel. Instagram, podcast, Patreon, a lot going on. There's bonus content on that Patreon, link down below for anything that you need. But let's get into this. So I post this tweet every single week, and that's where you guys comment with your questions, and that's how you kind of get involved here. And then maybe people that actually get their questions answered just by watching this, and they didn't actually ask a question. So that's kind of the cool thing as well. So from Tanner Brisbane, Wentz or Herbert? Right off the bat, Wentz or Herbert? I would actually go Wentz. I'm starting Wentz in my league. Herbert's got the higher ceiling and lower floor than Wentz. But Wentz busted through for 29 points last week, and it's going to be a little easier against the Cowboys. The Cowboys defense. But yeah, why I say that for Herbert, because he's playing the Broncos. Pretty good defense still. So you don't really know. Buffalo defense or Chargers defense. I would go, man, that is tough. Buffalo versus New England. Los Angeles versus Denver. That's a toss-up. I'd probably go with the Chargers. That's 50-50, though, really. Who won this trade? I received Herbert, DJ Moore, and Gostowski, and gave Tua, Mike Evans, Blankenship. I like what you got better there. Really like DJ Moore. I mean, Herbert's definitely safer than Tua. Mike Evans been underwhelming, but Godwin hurt again, so he actually might get more targets now, but Godwin will come back. Antonio Brown will be there, so I think he won, yeah. Ezekiel Gonzalez and Saldi, Mark Andrews, or Eric Ebron. Man, I think you got to go Andrews. I know Ebron. You got to go Andrews. You got to go Andrews there. Definitely got to go Andrews. And Ryan Tannehill or Tom Brady. Oh, that's another good one. I'd actually go Tannehill. Tom Brady's been picking it up. But I could see either, or it can apply for both though, because Tannehill can get up, and then Derrick Henry can run wild and run the clock. Brady could get up throwing the ball, but then they can go Fournette and Ronald Jones. They're really trying to get Fournette going. So I'd go with the Titans. I think the Bengals actually can keep up with the Titans, so they may have to keep throwing. And the Titans don't really get conservative. The Bucs may get conservative because they're going to have a comfy lead on the Giants, and because they want to get Fournette they want to get him going along with the other running backs. So I think Tannehill is probably the better play. Just blow it up. Don't have any questions, but love y'all's videos. Appreciate you very much. Thanks for being here anyways. Tony Benz, half point PPR here. Start 2. Zeke, Freeman, Lindsey. Lindsey's hurt right now. Kind of up in the air if he'll play. I think you got to go Zeke. He's been underwhelming. I think you got to go Zeke here. If Lindsey plays, I'd probably lean Lindsey, but I'm still kind of going Zeke anyways. I'd say Zeke. Mike Evans, Justin, you got to pick. Wait, how many are we picking here? Just one? Oh, no, start 3. Okay, I'm an idiot. Start 2, Zeke and Lindsey. If Lindsey doesn't play, then you have your answer. How am I not seeing that? Mike Evans, Justin Jefferson, Tyler Lockett, Robbie Anderson, Stephon Diggs. Start 3. You got a good situation. You got a good situation going on there. I think you got to go Lockett after last week. Man, this is one of the hardest ones I've seen because, you can't go wrong with either. You can debate. I think you got to go Lockett after last week. Mike Evans, you probably don't want to go after last week, but Godwin is out. Mike Evans should score in this game. I would be surprised. I think it's more likely he scores twice rather than 0 times. Maybe that's bold of me to say. I think he scores once. We'll say that. I'm confident about that. Justin Jefferson should pick up some yards. Robbie Anderson should definitely pick up some yards. Diggs might see Gilmore, but he should get some action. Diggs kind of a little quiet last week. Might be quiet again if Gilmore's on him. If Gilmore somehow gets traded before Sunday, then I would definitely go Diggs, but I don't think he's going to. But maybe sit Diggs out because of the Gilmore factor. Lockett, Anderson, and give me Mike Evans, I guess. Oh, it's tough keeping Jefferson on the bench, but that's probably what I would go with. I mean, even if you don't like what I said and you choose somebody else, then you're fine. Also, is it time to part with Evans and Elliott? I don't think so. I think those guys you gotta hang on to. I believe. Bucks are weird, like they were hiding Gronk for so long, and now they're starting to give him the ball more. I think the same thing going for Mike Evans. Lamar for Herbert. How do I tell him if he's okay? Lamar's going to look at the back stretch of Lamar's schedule. I'm confident that he'll get more production. They'll kind of kick it in the gear, go full go. It's going to be playoff time, so I think Lamar, you got to have Lamar there. Blocker 17, Rodgers or Mahomes this weekend, both against weak teams, so I'm stuck. I'd go Rodgers. The Chiefs, last week they played the Broncos. They could have scored all day on the Broncos offensively. They didn't really need to. This week they're playing the Jets. I think it's going to be the Le'Veon Bell show. And they're going to get CEH in there as well. They won't need to throw a lot. Rodgers against the Vikings. The Vikings could sneak up on them with points. They're going to keep throwing. The Vikings are really beat up and weak at corner. Rodgers will throw all over them. Give me Rodgers. Down to clown, Montgomery. Fournette or Hasty. Ooh. Give me Fournette. That might be a little bold. Give me Fournette. I think he's going to get a good amount of action. I think he's going to punch in some scores there. Bobby Buff, I'm thinking of starting Burrow or Herbert over Jackson. What do you think? Yeah. It's tough to leave Lamar out, but going against the Steelers, you almost have to. I trust Burrow a little more. Maybe that's a little bold as well, but I'd probably go Burrow. Cam Cook, DK Metcalf, CeeDee Lamb, or Jarvis Landry. I think you got to go DK. Deciding between DK and Jarvis, I think you got to go DK though. Jarvis would not. Jarvis is a pretty good play this week though, but I got to go DK. P. Ryan or Damian Harris. I suppose Damian Harris. Colbjorn Bergstrom. Should McCaffrey be started if active? I'm also concerned with this since I only have Hasty, McKinnon, and Murray active as running backs. Gibson and Edmonds bye. Most are injury. So that's your other three running backs. I wonder if you need one for the flex, though? Probably not. I'm guessing you're starting a receiver in the flex. So if McCaffrey played... If McCaffrey was active and no news came out that he'll be active but be very limited, I'd watch out for that. If it's just he's active, then I would play him. I think I like McKinnon a little better than Hasty against the Seahawks for Niners, and then Murray definitely could punch in a score as well. But I'd be tempted if McCaffrey is active and there's nothing extra with that, like he's going to be limited or anything, that I would probably start him. I kind of like McKinnon this week. That's a little risky, but I kind of like him this week. Cam Cook, Edwards-Helaire, Ronald Jones. That's actually tough because those are the two starting running backs that are playing very well, but I think the other running backs on those teams actually might get more action between Le'Veon Bell and Leonard Fournette. I'd probably go Edwards-Helaire because he's going to be involved in the passing game as well. Swift or Montgomery, I just don't trust Bears running game. But do I trust Swift against? They're really getting Swift the ball though. They're really getting on the ball. I would go Swift. I don't know. Maybe he's the underdog in that equation as well. Here for Birdie, but I'm gonna go Swift. I'm getting bold today, but I'm not just throwing these out there to be random. I think they're actually the right picks. Dylan, Galladay or Diggs? Yeah, that's tough. Both have tough matchups. I'd still go. I go Galladay. I go Galladay there. They're gonna the Colts are tight in coverage, so they're gonna have to go for like the 50-50 balls, and Galladay's a 50-50 ball kind of guy, so I'm gonna go Galladay. Brett Sherman, Jonnu Smith, or T.J. Hawkinson. Yeah, I think you got to go Smith. You got to go Jonnu of the Titans. If Sanders can't play, should I go with Gaskin or Jamal Williams? It sounds like Aaron Jones isn't playing. So if Aaron Jones isn't playing, you said that. Yeah, Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams if he's not playing. Bergstrom again is starting McKinnon and Hasty risky. They're risky. I like McKinnon a little more. And again, maybe that might be bold. I mean, you saw the Cardinals, how Edmonds was working more, kind of the shiftier guy outside runs and pass and receptions. And that kind of made more sense against the 49ers. So McKinnon, I kind of like McKinnon this week, if you have to. Bobby Buff, if Carson is out, who should I go with for my second running back? Damian Harris, Carlos Hyde, or any of the Ravens running backs? If Carlos Hyde plays, because remember, he's beat up too. If Carlos Hyde plays him, Ravens running backs, I don't really like him this week. If Carlos Hyde doesn't play, I might go with DJ Dallas. It should be available. If Hyde is out, because we're expecting Homer out and Carson is out, then DJ Dallas is the guy. So if all those guys are out, then maybe you should pick up DJ Dallas there. I actually have him in one of my leagues, kind of just sitting there just in case. Charlie Dotson, is it worth still having Mixon after he's been I mean, yeah, if you can trade him, there's just too many different scenarios. I mean, you're not going to drop him because what are you going to get? What are you going to pick up and get? So I mean, if you, it's definitely a guy you should probably move. I think this happened last year though. This actually happened last year, and then Mixon started to pick it up. So there's some hope there. Michael Mertens, Big Ben or Breeze? Yeah, that's tough. Big Ben or Breeze? Probably go with Big Ben. Damian Harris or Phillip Lindsay. If Lindsay plays, you go Lindsay. If not, you go Harris. Greetings from Germany. Greetings. Tyler Andreas, who do I start at receiver 2? Lamb, Cooper, or Thielen? I think you got to go Thielen. Absolute disaster in Dallas with the quarterback, offensive line, and everything. Pinhead Larry, start Colts or Eagles? If I go Eagles, you got to go Eagles. Do I keep Colts on my roster? I wouldn't. I'm trying to remember the schedule on top of my head, actually, but I'm going to look it up just to confirm. But you would think because how good the Colts defense, yes, but if I'm remembering correctly, they play a lot of high-powered offenses coming up. They do, actually. I think that's starting right now. Ravens, Titans, Packers, Titans, Texans, Raiders, Texans, Steelers. Oh, my Lord. Get rid of the Colts defense. Get rid of them. Oh, that's a schedule, ladies and gentlemen. That is a schedule. Wow. Rank for flex, Diggs, Singletary, Mike Williams, and AP. Diggs by far one. Man, Mike Williams has been disappointing. Singletary's been very disappointing. AP might be 2. Against the Colts, though, they're trying to get Swift. Now, Diggs, Singletary, AP, Mike Williams, I think. Pretty big gap after Diggs. Singletary and AP is kind of a toss-up. I don't trust him. I picked up Mike Williams after the Saints game and because he was really good, but then I remembered Keenan Allen was out, 98% of that game, and then I had to drop Mike Williams. It's just, yeah. Thanks for the amazing content interaction. Appreciate you. Thank you. Emerson, type Slayton or Scott in the flex full PPR. I think you got to go Scott. Giants could get shut down. It sounds like keep an eye on Miles Sanders. Still, it's Wednesday. He hasn't practiced. I'm thinking Scott. Amen. Con, Burrow, or Wilson. I think you got to go Russ. I think you got to go with the Russ. Cam, Beasley, or T. Higgins. I think you got to go T. Higgins. You got to go with T. Higgins there, Cam. Herbert or Allen. I'd go with Josh. I'd go with Josh Allen. Luke Banich. If CMC plays, is he worth playing? Yeah, we talked about this. I think. I mean, it depends on what else you have, but if he plays and there's no added, and maybe there is, but they just don't tell us. There's no added. I mean, if you don't have to, then I wouldn't play him, even if he's just active. But if you're a little thin on running backs and you're a little iffy on the running backs, and he is active and there's no added limited or very limited things like that, if there's none of that, then I would play him. But if he's active and he will be very limited, play a limited role. Something that, I mean, follow us on Twitter. I mean, you already do. Everyone's going to figure out the news. If that happens, then I just wouldn't play him. I think the Panthers get a lot of offense going. So if he plays, I think it's a good. If he plays and there's no worry about being limited, then yeah, I think it'd be pretty good. Eli Hansford, should I start Devin Singletary or Zach Moss? They should be playing Zach Moss more, but will they be? If it was me, I would, because this past week is really, I kind of been hinting at it, but this was the past week where I'm like, okay, I like Zach Moss better than Singletary right now. So if it was me, because that's what I'm saying and that's my team, I would probably play Zach Moss. But I think it's a little safer to play Singletary. But really, what is Singletary going to get anyways? So I'd probably go with Zach Moss. And remember, Zach Moss was hurt most of the portion of the season, and it's going to be like his third week back, I want to say. So maybe they're just easing him into it. So I would say Zach Moss, actually. A little bold, but I'm going to go with that. Wyatt, should I start TJ Hawkinson or Jonnu Smith? Somebody else had this. We're going with Jonnu. Jonnu's a beast if he's on the field there. Charlie Dodson, Jonnu. Okay, yeah, he answered that, so that wasn't his question. Philip Wall, I have 3 spots. Do I start Boyd, Allen, Robinson, Thielen, Fulgham? So is that Tyler Boyd, Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson, Adam Thielen, Travis Fulgham? I think you got to go Boyd. I'm staying away from Allen Robinson. I think you got to go Boyd. I think you got to go with the 3 best receivers there, probably Tyler Boyd, Keenan Allen, Adam Thielen there. Robinson probably be involved in that, but I think he has a concussion right now, and the offense can't do anything. So Boyd, Allen, Thielen, Fulgham. I'm playing Fulgham in one of my leagues, though, and I'm playing Boyd in a different one. So, yeah, Fulgham isn't a bad play either, but that's what I would go with. Miami's defense or Packers' defense? Probably Miami's. Ryan Pollock, do I drop Evans for another receiver like Fulgham? Mike Evans? I'm not dropping Mike Evans. Wait, but Fulgham and Jefferson are available, though? 8 team. How are those guys? Even in an 8 team, I guess 8's not much. I would not, if it was me, I would not be able to drop Mike Evans. And Godwin's hurt again. And they're just might be just saving him for some situations like they did Gronk. So I would not be able to drop Mike Evans. I don't know. That's just me. But it's weird that, especially Justin Jefferson sitting there available. That's crazy. Jake, should I start Mike Evans? If not, should I start Corey Davis or Rashad Higgins? I think you got to start Mike Evans there. Broncos 2-3. Denver D or Bucks D? Got to go Bucks D. Against the Giants, got to go Bucks D. Brady, pick one for my flex. AJ Green, Devonta Freeman, Sterling Shepard, John Brown. Give me John Brown. That's what I'm feeling. Lead, I have 2 spots to fill, running back and flex. I have Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, Jonathan Taylor. I'm thinking Mike Evans and Jonathan Taylor. That's what I'm thinking. Jake Scanlon. Running backs are Hunt, Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Leonard Fournette, Bell, Dobbins, and Chubb. Jesus Christ. And my receivers are, okay, should I trade away one of my running backs for a receiver? I don't know. I mean, yeah, you got Chubb coming back. You could get better at receiver. I don't know if you Antonio Brown. I don't think you really need to. It's a tough question. Ryan Pollock, Chubb is available fantasy. Oops. I wouldn't. You're asking if you should drop Oh, and Nick Chubb's available. And you're asking if you should drop one of these guys. I would, if it was me, I would drop Gaskin for Nick Chubb, if that's what you're asking there. That's crazy. Brandon West, just for this. Nice. Well worth it. You know, I mean, Twitter is literally the best thing on the planet. Literally. You find out all the news fast, right away, and we can discuss it without, I got to make the graphics get on here. The graphics guy's going to make the graphics. I got to get on here, record the video. We do both, but it's just easier on Twitter and easier to interact right off the bat. So it's a good thing you downloaded it. Pick 4 to start. Mike Evans, DK, Stephon Diggs, Fulgham, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson. Oh, you got some good receivers. DK, A.J. Brown. I don't know. I think Gilmore's going to be on Diggs, so Diggs is still really good. DK, A.J. Brown. I'm feeling Mike Evans scores. Give me Mike Evans and Justin Jefferson. I mean, the other ones are good too. I'm really feeling Mike Evans scores. But, I mean, Diggs and Fulgham could too. I think DK and A.J. Brown are guarantees. Packers didn't see Justin Jefferson really last time. I think this time he could really get going there from the slot. So, feeling Mike Evans. You got DK, A.J. Brown must start. My other one's going to be Jefferson. But you got a really good situation there. Will Matheson, can you pick 2 for me? Jarvis Landry, Darnell Mooney, Henry Ruggs, Gus Edwards. You go Landry and Ruggs. Ruggs. Do it. Santiago Zertush. I don't know. I probably said that wrong. Apologize. Start Josh Allen or Ryan Tannehill. Gimme Tanny. I want Tanny. Trevor Gunkle. I don't know. I'm butchering names. Should I put in CeeDee Lamb as the flex? It's either him, Thielen, go with Thielen. I'd go with Thielen. CB3. Oh, yeah. I got Mike Evans on one of mine, but yeah. Pick 2. Crowder versus Kansas City. Slayton versus Tampa. McKinnon versus Seattle. That's pretty rough. McKinnon and Crowder. Levi Hall. Receivers to replace Odell for all of us who lost him. Higgins probably takes the reps for the Browns or Donovan Peoples-Jones. Who are some deep receivers? This is hard to think of on the spot here. I don't really like Marquez Valdes-Scantling of the Packers, but I like him this week as like a deep guy against the Vikings. He got wide open against the Vikings. I mean, everyone kind of is. While I'm wearing a hat here, last time. So I think that could be a good one if he's available. Deep sleeper Guyton on the Chargers, a pretty deep sleeper. I'm doubting Corey Davis is available, so I'm trying to think of some better guys here. Rager might be coming back of the Eagles. That could be one if somebody dropped him. 49ers are without Deebo Samuel. That's one I just thought of. Deebo Samuel's out. They're playing against the Seahawks secondary. That's a bad. I mean, they're. I don't know if the secondary is actually that bad. It's just they can't get any pass rush. So teams are throwing all over them. So next man up, Ayuk's probably not available. Maybe Kendrick Bourne. He can get on he gets a deep sleeper there. Hopefully that helps. Graham Taylor start Ruggs versus Cleveland. Ayuk versus Seahawks. I'd probably go Ayuk. That's weird because I was just talking about that. I'd probably. You can't go wrong. I think Ruggs is pretty good. Ruggs is weird, though, because they take like 3 deep shots to him, and then it's kind of just done, Ayuk, I'm feeling Ayuk. Jack Swaz, when you pick 3, we got Woods, Parker, Crowder, Deontay Johnson. Woods, Parker, Johnson. Woods, Parker, Johnson. Johnson's a little bit of a gamble. I think one of him and Claypool is going to do some work. Not nothing crazy, but they're going to. I think Juju kind of gets slowed down a little bit, and whatever one between Johnson and Claypool, they play in the slot more because they kind of swap a little bit. I think whatever one gets more slot reps, or maybe like 50-50, whoever's in the slot, I think could do some work. So maybe it's Johnson. I'm feeling Ayuk. Jaden Wilson here. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk. Marquise Brown or Travis Fulgham or Brandon Ayuk or T. Higgins. Two of them I can start. Give me Fulgham. Give me Fulgham and Ayuk. A lot of Ayuks popping up now. Fulgham, Ayuks. Let's see. Production. Should I start or stick with Zeke or run Malcolm Brown or Mike Davis? Or should I run a combination of Zeke and one? If McCaffrey doesn't play, I don't know who your receivers are, so I don't know what kind of if you should do two. You're probably more likely to play three receivers, play receiver in your flex, really. I don't really know your situation, though. If McCaffrey doesn't play or they say that McCaffrey will play but he's very limited, then I still like Mike Davis, so I'd go Mike Davis. Otherwise Zeke. Max and your placements for Kyler this week, PPR 8 team. We only have an 8 team. There probably should be a lot, you know. I don't know who's available, and I'm not familiar with an 8 team, but there should be a good amount of guys available. You know, is Burrow available? I would like Burrow this week. I'm actually starting on one of mine. I mean, there's obviously there could be better options. It's tough to say, you know, for who's available. Trying to think who may be available. Let me check something out here. Derek Carr should be available, but there could be somebody better available. Just looking at all the matchups right now this week. Derek Carr could be a solid one. Yeah, I just don't know who's available for that. But maybe that helps. Eric Starkman, start Eagles defense or Steelers defense. Got to go Eagles, I think. Pick a Favo. Who will have more points? Tamorrion Terry or Tyler Lockett? Tamorrion Terry is the Florida State receiver. I don't know if you're messing around or if you accidentally typed that. But I'm gonna answer it anyways. We're going with Tyler Lockett. If that's who that is, yeah, that's Owen Witt, David Montgomery, or Darrell Henderson. Give me Darrell Henderson. Risky, but give me Henderson. Drew Brees or Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, got to go Teddy. Teddy's going to light the Falcons. He's going to light them up. League 1, Wentz versus Dallas or Lamar versus Pitt. Go with Wentz. I'm starting Wentz in mine, feeling it. Pick 3, Diggs, Higgins, Deontay, Jefferson. Diggs, Jefferson, probably Deontay Johnson. Don't trust Higgins yet. League 2, pick up Jimmy G or Cam. Kyler on bye. Jimmy G. Definitely Jimmy G. Justin Jackson or Dobbins, RB2. Probably Jackson. Probably Justin Jackson. Deontay Johnson, Traquan Smith, or Mooney. Deontay Johnson. By the way, love the channel. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Daniel Schaffer. Brady or Wentz. Brady or Wentz. Brady or Wentz. Both teams might shut it down and start running. I don't think the Eagles do that, though. They don't really like, especially with no Miles Sanders. They won't run a ton. Wentz will probably run in a score or two. I'm going to go Wentz. Will I win, Jay? If you believe, then you're going to win. Yeah. Ben, what should I do with Zeke? I don't know. I mean, you can't. There's a lot of people ask these questions. Like, you can't drop a guy like that. I mean, you can try to trade him. I don't know what you're gonna get. You're probably gonna get lowballed back. So, I mean, you can sit him on your bench, let him think about what he's done to you. I don't know your other running backs, so I don't know if you should start those guys ahead of them. But it's not really. There's not much you can do. I mean, if you can find some idiot in your league and trade something for equal or better value, then go ahead. I don't really know your full situation there, though. Bengals, 1-5 season. Singletary, Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson, I suppose. Daniel Schaefer, Marquise Brown, or A.J. Green. Probably A.J. Green. I don't know if the Ravens will be able to do a whole bunch on that Steelers defense. A.J. Brown or Will Fuller. Fuller's got a bye, so you're going with A.J. Brown. That would be the pick anyways. Spooky Clay, Lamar or Tua. I think you got to go Lamar. Chief Beef, Slayton, Curtis Samuel, Scotty Miller, or John Brown, pick 2. Slayton's the best one there. player, like receiver-wise, but I don't really trust. Yeah, they might score one time, and who knows who it'll be against the Buccaneers defense. Give me this. Curtis Samuel looked good last week, but they can spread that ball out a lot. Give me the last two. Give me Scotty Miller, John Brown. Diggs is probably going to have Gilmore on him. John Brown's the next best receiver. He'll get some action. Scotty Miller went off last week. Now Godwin is out. Antonio Brown still can't play. Give me Scotty Miller and John Brown. Maybe a little bold, but happy fun times. Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. Give me Josh Allen. Ronald Jones or Myles Gaskin. Give me Ronald Jones. Noah Fant or Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith. Kind of need a better running back. I was thinking trade Michael Thomas for a good running back. Good idea. Who would you suggest? Man, it's tough to think about at the top of my head. Trade Michael Thomas for, it depends. I never do a lot of trades, so it's tough for me to kind of compare. Michael Thomas, I mean, there's got to be somebody that is like, there's always somebody that's kind of like loaded at running back and then really needs a receiver. So they might be able to trade a really good running back. I just don't know what they would do though. Like, can you trade him for a? You're most likely not going to get a top tier guy. I would say a good one that somebody would probably do is a guy like Dalvin Cook, who's a top tier guy, but like, is he going to get hurt? Are the Vikings going to start tanking and take him out? So that's why I would say it's a risky one, but. I don't know. I'm not good at these types of questions. I never really trade. I always want to trade, but then I'm like, oh, if I get rid of this guy, it's gonna start going off, and I feel like that ends up being the case. Like, oh, thank God I didn't trade that guy. That's what I do. But I am worried about the Michael Thomas situation. If I had Michael Thomas, I actually might be looking to trade him. But let me see. I'm just pulling stuff up on my phone a lot in this episode here. Who are the top fantasy running backs? I mean, you're probably not going to get a top guy. So Kamara's one. James Robinson is a number 3 fantasy running back. Wow. That's wild. Zeke's actually 4, but that's going to go downhill. Cook. Aaron Jones would, because Aaron Jones is probably out again this week. Somebody might be willing to do that. And he's a beast of a fantasy running back. I mean, he missed last week, and they had a bye week, and he's still number 6, according to this. That would be pretty good there. That'd be pretty good. Aaron Jones. I wonder if somebody would do that. Yeah. Do we have more? I gotta click my notifications from me McGee. I don't know what that says. Me McGee. Gronk or Hurst. Give me Gronk. So do I start Boston Scott, Alexander Madison, James White? If Cook is out, Madison, I think Cook's going to play. So Boston Scott. And I think that's it. That is it. We got through it, even without the other guys here with me. But hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you can subscribe to the channel. Be much appreciated. And follow that Twitter. It'll be well worth it. Turn notifications on both the Twitter and on the channel. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Yeah, always taking questions. I can't, on Twitter, can't guarantee I'll see every single one because sometimes I don't see everyone. But most likely it'll be noticed and answered. But that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.